The 2019 Cairns Cup has a really special place in my heart. It was the first event of its kind here at the St. Louis Chess Club, with 10 of the top women in the world playing in this prestigious event.
Yeah, it was such a great event and so many exciting games. Like I've shown so many of those games to my students and so much to learn from and just so much interesting chess to follow.
And it was such a dramatic event that came down to the very final moments. We had Valentina Gunina and Alexandra Kosteniuk fighting till literally the last few moves.
Yeah, the two teammates, and this is what commentators dream of, right? The final round, a very competitive event, first place, the leader and her follower facing each other, and Kosteniuk, I believe, had the white pieces, so she had a great opportunity to win the game and just take the tournament away, and as we know, she didn't manage to do it, and actually Gunina had the chances to win, and she ended up taking the trophy home.
That's right, and $40,000. So.
Yeah, good payday.
That's right, Valentina Gunina. It was such a memorable tournament for me, and one of my biggest memories was, as you said, so many gems for the students. There was a masterpiece that Valentina played actually on Valentine's Day, so pretty sweet alliteration there, where she sacrificed like all her pieces, starting with this stunning bishop takes h6.
Yeah, that was such a great game, and I remember Tanya Sajdev and I were doing commentary at the Kingside, and there was a kids class at the club, and those kids came to watch us, and then we were going through the game, and it was a beginners group, so we're talking about like how to play in the opening to develop the pieces, and then we go to that game where Gunina, she like pushed all her kingside pawns, and her queen is out, and Tanya just looked at me and was like, oh, you want to explain this? And it was just such a memorable game, and like I've shown this game to all my students, the tactical sequence and how to find the checkmate, and I think it's definitely something we're going to be seeing in chess books.
Absolutely, and I really like about that game that you can show it to a very strong player, and of course they'll be really impressed, like I wish I played that game, or you could show it to somebody who just started to learn about checkmates, because there's that final move, rook f8 check, which leads to a beautiful checkmate. And it kind of goes to show how tournaments like the Cairns Cup have such wide appeal. They appeal to the top players in the world, but they also appeal to the little girl who just learned to play chess.
Yeah, I mean, any game that has a tactical sequence, I think is very appealing to everyone. I don't think it matters what level you're at. I think solving a nice tactical sequence is such a good feeling. Like if you play a beautiful tactic in your game, you just feel so good about it. Even if you have a bad tournament, if she had a bad tournament and I think she ended her tournament with that game, she would feel so good about it. I know I would.
That's one of the cool things about chess. There are two ways to win. You could win by winning the tournament, or you could win by playing an amazing game that you can replay forever. One person that also came very close to winning the tournament, to the surprise of a lot of people because she was a big underdog, was 7-time U.S. Women's Champion Irina Krush.
Yeah, she was having a very good tournament in the beginning, and yeah, definitely she was an underdog because I think at that point she had dropped some of her ratings, so I think she was one of the lower rated players. But I think she also feels very comfortable playing in St. Louis. I know I do because I've played here so many times. So I think it was home turf for her, and she had a very good tournament, very solid performance. She finished third, which I believe she overperformed significantly. That was a great result for her as well.
Yeah, and I think the impact of this tournament was also so huge. I mean, we have had the Sinquefield Cup for so many years, but here's the Cairns Cup, which is named after Dr. Jeannie Sinquefield, who co-founded the St. Louis Chess Club 11, 12 years ago now with Rex Sinquefield. And so it was named after Jeannie, and I really think that what excited the chess community about this is it was kind of obvious immediately that this was going to be a fixture on the calendar. This was not a one and done event. And in fact, we're sitting here now with the 2020 event, and what an incredible field we have.
Yeah, and I think this is something that top female players look forward to, because when I just played in Gibraltar and I saw that few of the players who are playing here were missing there, and I believe the reason they didn't play there because they were too close and they chose to prepare for the Cairns Cup. And this year it's significantly stronger because we have the reigning women's world champion. She just defended her titles successfully. We have Hampi Koneru, who took 2 years off from playing chess, and she's coming back, and she just won one of the Grand Prix events, and she also is the current women's rapid champion. Katerina Lachno also didn't play last year, the current women's blitz champion. She's playing here, and I think it's going to be a much stronger event and a lot closer.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just an incredible event. We have 9 Grandmasters and the talented 16-year-old Carissa Yip. And I have a feeling that it's going to be one of those events like the Sinquefield Cup where just 2 or 3 years of chess, and it feels like it's been around forever because it's so rich. There's so much that happens in each event. I'm also really excited that we have Maria Musachuk. We didn't have any Musachuk sister last year. So that's a good addition to the field as well.
Yeah, she's definitely a strong player, and she's also she has won the Women's World Cup, which is such a difficult tournament to win and such a difficult tournament to play in. So she's unfortunately we didn't get both of them, but it's very good to have her, and we'll see how she does here.
And of course, an increased prize fund as well, and a trophy designed by Tiffany's. So now when they say that every woman wants a Tiffany's blue box, we'll know that they mean a chess trophy and not a ring. Or maybe both, but.
So who would be your pick to win this year?
My pick to win this year, I'm going to go out and say Humpy Canero. Huge fan of Humpy and her games. She has just like such a fluid style.
Oh, Humpy, that's a good choice. Yeah, I think she has come back, so she probably has a lot of hunger for chess. She's probably been training really hard after taking so many years off chess, and she's definitely a good pick. But I think I would go with Ju Wenjun. I think a world champion is always a favorite to win a tournament, and I am not sure. I was looking at her games in the World Championship. I felt like something was a little off, but I think by now she's already recovered. So unless she's really tired, I think she's definitely the favorite to win this.
Well, Ju Wenjun, it's just such a pleasure to have the world champion at our tournament. It's so much like when we have a Sinkfield Cup and we have Magnus, the difference between that and like the 1 year that he didn't play because of a conflict with the World Championship preparation, it's just, it adds this energy into the event, you know, and the public intrigue increases. So of course, that's just thrilling, and I know that everybody is going to be really excited about this event, and it's going to be a tough fight. I mean, we know that the female chess players in general tend to play very, very long and fighting games. Like if you look at some of the World Championship games or last year's Cairns Cup games, you and I as commentators are going to have some long nights ahead, and I can't wait.
Yeah, but it's very exciting when the games are interesting and there is a lot to them. Then you can talk a lot about them, and it's just commentating is just a fun thing to do.
I think that this year is going to be great, and one thing's for sure, that the Cairns Cup is going to be a fixture for a long time to come, and a dream of many kids and girls who see another great tournament with some of the top women in the world.
Yeah, that's definitely already the top women of the world are looking up to it, and I'm sure there's a whole new generation who's looking forward to playing in this event.